Greetings and welcome back to SmartWatch Ticks. It's an exciting day. We get to unbox something brand new, and I gotta tell you, what's in this box hits a lot of my joy buttons when it comes to what I'd be looking for in a basic fitness type of a device. Oh boy, let's see. It looks like it's stuck down on the edges. Come on. There we go. There we go. All right, here it is. Yeah, so what are we looking at? Well, we are looking at the LEMFO LES3. You know, they got the LEM line and the LES line. This is the sports bracelet, I guess, watch bracelet. It's kind of a crossover from BangGood. Check the buying notes down there because I know we got a discount on this one coming for you. And you can pick it up at a good price. What's it got inside? GPS, that's one of the hot buttons for me. I like our fitness devices to have standalone GPS that can accumulate your distance based of actual track rather than just pedometer steps. It's a standard overall kind of a watch, but it's got the other thing I like, the transreflective screen, the always-on LCD, the it's brighter in the sunlight than it is in the shade type of a screen, and it's in a larger watch format. You get 20 days of standby time, 5 days of common usage time, and if you're running GPS continuously, you know, like tracking your day from morning till evening, you can get 7 hours of life out of it. Got call support, all of the other typical things you'd look for, G-sensor for doing your actual steps. It's got multi-sport mode covering the common ones, walking, indoor running, which are non-GPS, outdoor running, riding, and climbing do use GPS, and being fully waterproof, it supports swimming as well, but not GPS, of course. You can scan the QR code to pull in the app, and we're going to take a look at it because we haven't seen this app before. So let's take a look at it. This is the dual-colored red and black version. That's coming common now, where you have a two-tone type of a band. And they've two-toned the body. Look at that. We got a red button and a black button on that side. And 3 buttons over here. Now, they're labeled for us. Don't know if you can see them. Light, up, and down over here. And this is back and start over here. And yes, removable bands. Easily removable bands. Nice charging port and heart rate monitor built into it. And look how well it's sealed. Totally IP67 waterproof. You can swim with this one, that's for sure. Nice big screen, you'll see when we turn it on. And here's what it looks like on, if I get it the right way. Looks like a watch, doesn't it? They're calling it a band. I call it a real fitness watch. And with a really big display. Did I mention that? I like that. A lot of things I like so far. We haven't even turned it on. What else is in the box? A charging dock. Don't like that as much. I really like it when we have the little charging magnetic coupled wire. It's easier to use and easier to find. That's kind of a universal thing. This, obviously, if you break it, well, good luck. It's got the 3 buttons on this side. Looks like they cover there, and that snaps there. Well, that was easy enough. That plugs into your USB. Because it's long life, it's not like you have to worry about taking this to work with you and charging it before it dies. So you're probably all right charging it once a week, once every 2 or 3 days if you use GPS much on it. But that's how it works with a dock. And then in the box, we have a user's manual and something else. Special offer, more surprises. Scan the QR code, it says, and you get $5 to $50 in free coupons from LEMFO directly. Okay. Little extra card inside. We have a whole book as a manual. Needless to say, it's broken up into different languages. And as we always do, let's show it to you. There's the Android and the iOS app, so scan that QR code if you'd like, or we'll give you the download information. You can get it straight from the Google Play Store. Here's how you pair it. There it is. It's called iSmartFit. That's the app you're looking for, iSmartFit. And it shows up in Chinese on the Google Play Store, but go ahead and download it, create an account, log in. I think you're going to be okay. I say that because I haven't yet. You get stuck after you get started by not being able to go any further forward until you pair your device. So although I downloaded the app with the intent of checking it out, I couldn't get any further until we do this unboxing and actually tether it. I'm getting a little lost on the edges there, but I think you can read it, right? Talking about the different functions that it has built into it. Heart rate monitor. It's a continuous heart rate monitor too, every 10 minutes they say. And that's going to be interesting to observe. You have remote camera capability and overall settings that you can get into. And then a bunch of cautions. And the last page is here about the charging dock. Then we switch over into another language and a book full of languages. Okay, that's it. We're going to charge it up, make sure we got a good charge. It takes 3 hours, they say, to fully charge it, and turn it on and let you see what it does. Well, here we go. We have a couple of different watch faces. There's this digital one. You press a button and you get this analog one with data in 3 little circles. And those are the 2 watch faces. They're available by toggle from the down or the up button directly from the main screen itself. Now, we can activate with the Start button a whole series of pages, including sport, music, your weather, your alarm system, a stopwatch, a built-in compass, the camera app, your heart rate, settings, and you're back again. When you go into the sports mode, now you have all these different capabilities here we can go through. It kind of scrolls along. You've got cycling right there. Oh, what are we looking at? Swimming, climbing, and some of these now use GPS and some of them don't. Obviously, an indoor run or walk or something's not, but cycling would be. And it just loops around until you pick the one you want, and then you can go into it and activate it. And that's what we did, collected some data through activation on these. The bottom button takes you back a level. We can go down to the next level. You press here, and you could play music remotely on your phone. And this is it.
Advice allowed reader brief usage instructions. For the manual, please tap the right help button.
Then back again, down to weather. Now, when you go into weather, your location is across the top, and your information is presented in centigrade. Back again to the next item, your alarms, which are empty, but you could add an alarm. You can go down to the next item, your stopwatch. Oops, I went back, sorry. Stopwatch and activate, and then here you actually begin a stopwatch down to hundredths of a second, it looks like. Back button, exit the stopwatch, meaning it will stop it. Okay, we're back out of the stopwatch. So you have to leave it in stopwatch mode on this watch if you want to be timing something. Here's our compass, and we're into the compass. And there, it's pointing due north, which is right toward me. But look at that, it's way over there now. Now it's over there. So we try calibrating it. Let's see, where does it end up? Way over there to the left for north. And now north is over there. So I'm not getting good results from the compass. And as we've seen with other watches I've tested that are spot on, it's not really an issue of being too close to another device or magnetic influence from the house. It just plain doesn't work. So that's the compass. And then you've got the remote camera capability. You go in here, you get a button, you can take a picture if you got the app open. And then your heart rate, which will come from underneath here. We can start that. And let's put it on. You haven't seen it on anyway. I believe it's now working. well, hold it in place. It's got a little symbolization down at the bottom that looks like heartbeat information going across, but it's not changing and it's not realistic. So it's coming up with about a 67, 66 heart rate, 70, bouncing around a little bit, but then again, I'm just kind of holding it on my arm. When I remove it, the diodes turn off. The heart rate holds at 70, but the sensors are gone. So that's a good indicator that it's not just going to be making measurements of thin air, but it seems to have frozen on the last pulse rate. And that's how the heart rate is working. Exit the heart rate, yes, and then go on to the settings. So inside the settings, you don't have a lot. You have the watch face, but there's only 2, and you toggle that simply from the watch face itself anyway. Down would take us to languages. In the languages, these are the ones we have. A few different European languages. And back to English. Back again. We have an about the watch. Tells us some basic information. That's about it there. And then your user is this specific unit. It's information. Back, down, and we're back to watch face. So you only have those 3 pieces of information in settings. And we're back to sports. So when we go into sports, let's pick something like cycling. I'll go in here, and it says it's going to attempt to acquire GPS. And of course, outdoors, it can do that and do it fairly good. And when it gets its lock, then it will actually kick in and start at that point. You don't have to push a button or anything. You just leave it like this. It has a skip down here. And if we press that button, we've skipped, and we press this button, continue, and now it's actually going. And by the way, it only shows the updates on time about every 5 seconds or so. And this data is not changing because our distance would be accumulated through GPS. So we have erroneous data being collected right now, and it's warned us 2 or 3 times. You got to have that GPS lock if you're doing something that requires GPS. If you're walking and it's just using the pedometer, that's fine. Like every other watch, you don't need GPS and you'll get data, although it won't be as highly accurate as it would be if you had GPS. When you're in this mode, if you press this button, you can switch the display to time. You see there's 3 knots down here, heart rate and pace, or distance and calories for cycling. And down here you have a maximum apparently speed or pace that is available to you. Nice that you can have your data, your time, and your actual daytime time and your elapsed time on the screen. That's pretty good if you just want to glance and check what things are going on and then get a quick look at your overall data. When you're done, you can hit back, you can cancel, which would basically mean you put it on pause and you resume to it, or you can say okay and get your overall data report right here on the watch. Back again, takes you back to choose a different sport if you'd like to, like swimming, where you can choose the length of the pool and begin, and calories to burn, and it'll start and supposedly track your laps or the length of the pool. Anyway, you're getting your data from down here, and again, you have these 3, but now you've got a lap count here in addition to heart rate instead of what we had before. So slight differences for each of the different sports that you have available. I tell you, it's like chewing gum and rubbing your head at the same time, keeping track of all of these. But the main thing is what this looks like in the app, and that's about where we're going to go next after I show you that hitting the top button turns on the backlight, which is good and bright so you can see it at night. Otherwise, you have this reflective reverse screen effect that lets you see this in the bright sunlight. So you've got a really nice watch here that can collect some pretty good, meaningful data with built-in GPS that looks attractive on. It's got the 2-tone band, 5 different buttons on it, and lots of different modes available. The app that tethers to this watch now is called iSmartFit, and it's pretty basic. You really only have this one screen. There's no tabs across the bottom, and a settings up here. In here are all the different activities. Running, outdoor cycling, swimming, and mountaineering are ones that I've played with. You also have these guys here, including timed heart rate. I did collect some data for you. Let me show you one here. When you get into it, you have an item that you can call up. Now this is actually a canned one that was in here before, and I'm bringing it up so I can show you the map. You actually do have the full interactive map, and it would show your track on it. And down below, you show your kilometers, your average speed, time, and calories burned. Now that's in routes, and that's going to be the same for all these categories. I'm going to show it to you once here just so you get the feel for that. Then you have a tab for overall speed, and it shows you this information, and then your charts, which would have speed and heart rate. That's for the outdoor cycling. So let's take a look at a couple of the others quickly. We'll come back over here, and let's do running. Now, when I go into running, I don't have any because the week started just now, but if I go to the monthly or all, either way, you're going to get your total summary of what you have done as transferred over from the watch. Now let me bring one of these up for you. Okay, I pulled the map way out over the ocean, so you're not seeing where I am or my routes. This is what the route page looks like. Here's the speed page for a particular running one that I did for 19 kilometers, I wish. That's me riding around in a car, just accumulating data, showing you the top speed and the average speed in kilometers per hour. And you can see I didn't really walk much. This is from the pedometer, which, of course, riding in the car didn't give me many steps. And all the other data is coming in from GPS. And then in your chart, you see all of the different speed changes up and down. Unfortunately, you can't really do anything with it. You could make a screenshot and expand it. It's showing you your minutes from when you started, and it's showing you your speed here in kilometers per hour. And then you have the heart rate associated with that in the beats against time as well. And it's reading really high. I'm not getting accurate heart rate. I'll be honest with you there. Sitting in a car, I'm not pumping at 150 to 200. Just for your information. No judgments on that, although I'd like to. But I'm telling you that that's erroneous data. The speed is probably accurate because that's driving in and out of traffic. And that's the overall accumulated data for this particular running exercise that we did here. And then there's others. Then, running, outdoor, we have swimming. Nothing in here yet, but it would probably give you limited information on swimming because there's no GPS. And then the overall mountaineering, which gives you a little bit more information. Again, here's the chart, moved out into the ocean. You have this information here. When you go over to speed, you also now have, instead of steps, you have climbing height in meters, along with this information. And then your charts again, speed and heart rate. Now, in this case, I did not wear the watch. It was just sitting off my arm. And so it was not accumulating bogus data. So a good thing about the heart rate sensor on this one is it can tell if it's on your arm or not. A bad thing is the data I was getting was erroneous. Okay. That's how all of this works in the different areas. Again, weekly, monthly, or all. But there's no generalized summary information, just this information here. When you click here, you can see your step count cumulative. Now, this is done by steps, and this is over time, and that's the distance in calories. If I flip, I go back day by day. January 22nd, 24 steps, 32 steps, 9 steps. I'm not sure where it's getting that huge number of steps that it was showing there. But that's anyway how you would sequence through it. There's the day, there's the week, there's the month. And this is average, it looks like they're giving you. And that's cumulative. Then, finally, up here in settings, you show the band that you're connected to. You can adjust your target setting. You can set up your reminders. Add those to here, so like an alarm, I guess. Your sedentary reminder period and start and stop times. You can turn that on and off. You've got weather in Tickville. You can set whatever name you want for the weather. You can do it manually or you can go into automatic. You like Tickville? Message pushing. You get the application, you set that whole thing up. It'll send pushes to the watch. Rest mode. When you do not want it to interrupt you, you can set your times for that. So a lot of nice little flexibility there. Your overall personal information, your name and gender and height and weight, everything you need for there. And then an overall about us. We're running this version 2.06. That is the app called iSmartFit. So all in all, the LES3 is an adequate watch. It's nice. It's got good capabilities to it. It has Bluetooth tethering. It has onboard GPS. It's attractive in the way it looks. And it's available to us from BangGood. So if you're interested in this one, check the show notes down below. LEMFO makes great products. This is in their LES line, the number 3. And we'll have a buying link for you and hopefully a discount coupon as well. You've been watching SmartWatch Ticks. Thanks for checking out the review, and we'll see you again soon.